Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock. This is City of Heroes on the private server Everlasting. We are with Silver Phoenix, our martial arts scrapper, who has just under 1,000,000 experience left to go to get to level 42. And we're on a story arc with Indigo, where we've been looking for the missing Melvin Langley. And we still haven't found him. Indigo says, let's do this. And she says, our mutual friends, that's the Malta, have abducted an older Russian woman they've been looking for since, about 1989. She currently goes by the name of Mavra Varvarinsky, but that's just the latest one she's used in her long career. Rescuing her from them would probably count as a good thing, but what's almost as important is finding the transfer orders about where they are planning to stash her. Those orders could pinpoint where they're holding Melvin Langley, so we go rescue her. Well, of course, we will rescue her. This is once again in Boomtown. I'm not sure why they keep putting these missions in Boomtown. I've got a bit of a mess for these inspirations here. I'm not getting the ones I really want, which are health and luck. But that's okay. We'll survive. We have elude. And for endurance, we have conserve power. So that's all good. And so we're going to go to Steel Canyon North, which will lead us into Boomtown. And then we'll go see if we can find something on the whereabouts to Mr. Langley. This has been a very long story arc. As you'll notice, the story arcs get longer as you level, so the level 10, 15 story arcs are like 3 or 4 or 5 parts. Oops, bit of a rubber band there. 3, 4, or 5 parts. The higher level story arcs are longer. This has got to be the 7th or 8th part of this arc. And so, yeah, it takes a little longer to do. And that's actually good because you do more missions, you get more experience. We're on level +2 for these missions. I think that's actually pretty reasonable with the sappers. It's flirting with some pretty real danger if you go higher than that, just because their chance to hit is going to be so high that they will almost certainly drain our endurance, and then we're going to be in some trouble. Oh, I got caught on that sign. Here we go. And we're almost there. Got to keep going up. Yeah, this is really hard, even as with super jump, just because of how much verticality there is, but we got it. We probably came all the way up here just to go down into a sewer, right? Yep. Looks like it. Okay, sewer outfit time. And in we go. Defeat all agents in the sewer. Alright, so we're going to have to take out everybody and locate the Russian lady. Well, let's see what we got here. Just looking around the corners for sappers, primarily, because they are so hard to deal with if they hit you all of your endurance drains, as you saw in an earlier mission. Okay, and we're going to mark all the dead ends here because I don't want to have to come back. Since it's a defeat all, anybody we miss, we'd have to come back and get. And there it, wow, these guys are +3. Operations and Gunslinger. There's nobody here, that's a dead end. Alright, so the operations guy is who we have to hit first. Let's go ahead and grab some of these, hit focus chi, switch to combat jumping, and off we go. Hit him before he can deploy his auto turret. But notice as a redcon how many more hits. We have to take 5 hits to get this guy out, even with our enhancements and focus chi running. Alright, maybe not, maybe focus chi didn't fire. I guess it didn't fire, because it wouldn't be back again that fast. I must have not hit it properly. Alright, there we go. Put our endurance up here. And let's see, what do we have over this way? This is not a dead end. Okay, that's the way back up. And we gotta defeat everybody, so we may as well go all the way through and find every single guy. There's a gunslinger. But who is with him? Anybody? I'm gonna go around the other way. Now this is one thing, you know, with it being on, with him being +3, you know, he's by himself it looks like. You do have to be a little more cautious. If this guy were yellow, I would just run into him and started beating him up, right? But and also if it were a different faction, right? You gotta be really careful about those sappers. They will drain you. And we do have some blue pills to help us, and we also have dodge ability. The sapper, I think they do AoE, and we have pretty good AoE defense, but still, as you've seen, they can drain us, and we gotta be careful about that. Alright, there's a door. Engineer, yeah, so somebody's going to summon an auto turret. There's nothing I can do about that. Well, we stopped him from doing it. These guys are correct now. They are +3, +2, which is correct. That's what we've asked for. We're now exactly at 41.5. If you'd notice, the bead just advanced. Right up there. We're getting extra experience that we shouldn't be getting because of the friggin' patrol XP, but there's nothing you can do about that. There's no way to stop it. And there's a sapper with a titan. Alright. They're only +2. Let me throw on a luck and hit him as fast and hard as I can. Knockback is good, that's what we want. Alright, we got him. That sapper is more dangerous than the boss. The boss we can deal with, because he's not going to take out our endurance. That sapper, if he drains our endurance all the way down, all our toggles turn off and we're screwed. Now I could be using conserve power here, which would help with the endurance drain, but since I have so many blue pills, I'm just going to go ahead and use. And this guy will be taken out pretty fast. And a couple more hits, bam, bam, and he's done. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. But the key is that sapper, and I think it's actually really cool with the Malta that their sappers are so terrifying as minions that it's like I don't even care about the bosses. I've got to take out the minion. I think that's pretty cool. More operations engineers. Okay. These guys are close enough I should be able to Dragon's Tail them. Yep. Good. Now this guy. 1, 2, 3. Out. Okay, so we're done over here. Looks like we've taken everybody out. So now we're going to move back to where we were. I haven't noticed any patrols, so we should be safe on that score. There's another Titan. Anybody else with him? It doesn't look like it. So we'll head on in. Do a little extra damage. Hit him really hard and fast. This one's just a lieutenant, not a boss. Operations engineer, anybody else? There's got to be more. Who was that? Another operations engineer. I don't see any sappers, so we'll go ahead and hit this guy. As you can see, except for worrying about sappers, we've actually done alright. Haven't needed loot, our defenses have held up pretty well. Our health's held up pretty well. We're doing pretty well. Not too bad. Alright, so this is a dead end here. We mark that on the map. And there's another set of guys. One guy by himself? That's unusual. Oh, nope. He's not by himself. There's 3 of them. I mean, they are dropping a lot of reds. Like, I can just do extra damage all mission long. And this is why I go ahead and use the inspirations, because think of how much more damage we've been doing. Thanks to the fact that they're dropping all these reds. Oh. Yeah, that was a mistake. I went too far down. Now let's do a Dragon's Tail here and do some knockdown. Gotta take out this auto turret, because it's gonna hit us. Okay, we got rid of that. Now this guy. Lost the mouse for a sec there. Okay, and then this guy is the third one in the spawn, it looks like. Yep. Very nice. Oh, yes. Okay, I thought I accidentally clicked the green one. I've been misclicking a lot. I don't know why. Alright. Oh, +4 lieutenant. Is he alone? Looks like he's alone. Alright, let's go pound him. Very nice. That was great. Okay, nobody's in here. I was looking for possibly a sapper who may have spawned with that lieutenant, but apparently not. And there's a door. One enhancement so far. There's a lieutenant. The question is, does he have a guy with him? Doesn't look like it. There is a boss back there, but we can fight this guy first. Knock him over. Nope. Operations engineer with the boss. Let's sweep around and see who else is here. Thought I saw a sapper. Alright, maybe not. Oh yeah, there's the sapper in the back there. No, I thought there was a sapper there, but I guess not. Alright, let's do an AoE. This is the Russian. Strangely being guarded by 3 guys. I think one of them is from the other spawn. And we got a clue. Okay. And that's it. Those guys are all that's left. Alright. Take them from over here. Alright, so we're level +2. Let's go ahead and use a loot. Take him out in 3 shots, and then we pound the boss. Echo Red Ada? Is that what it is? Yeah. Ada is in the Greek letter, I guess. You can see why people like perma-haste, perma-elude. Absolutely no endurance problems when elude is running, because it massively increases your regen rate. So having elude on all the time would be unbelievably powerful. Alright, so we got some clues. And she says, these men, these people, I've known them for some time. You call them Malta, yes? We had no name for them when we fought them in the Cold War. After your government eliminated the Might for Right Act, we made great strides in the intelligence community, but then within a year, we lost all that we had gained and more. Hundreds dead, spy cells destroyed, facilities wiped out, no matter the guard. All done by a shadowy enemy that we could not directly link to any one Western government. We fought them for years and learned little except that they were powerful and that they were brutal. They were more brutal than we thought any Western government would allow. We learned in time that we could not match the ferocity of the secret enemy. They were like wolves in search of blood. I had wondered what would become of them when the Cold War ended. It is unfortunate they did not return to the shadows from which they came. It's unlikely we will meet again, Silver Phoenix. Now I must disappear once more. And then I find a list on one of the Malta group soldiers that I defeated. It contains dozens of partial coordinates for the locations of detention centers where the Malta can hold captives indefinitely. So we're going to have to invade one or more of those. And out we go. Alright. So let's contact Indigo. And she says, my own sources tell me that Madame Varvarinsky has disappeared again, but this time of her own accord. Anyone who served with the KGB for 25 years can usually take care of themselves. Now, the real prize is that list you found. The locations are partial at best, and most of them are probably false leads, but it's a start. Even more important than getting the list, though, is making sure that our friends know that we have it, and making them think we're close to deciphering it. That should make them nervous and unsure about what to do with Melvin. By now, they think he either knows nothing and you're just crusading, or that he knows way more than they think. Either way, they'll keep him alive. Now all we need to do is keep the pressure on and find him before it's too late. And there goes the loot crash. So that's perfect timing. And I just got a text message, but I'm going to ignore that. And then Indigo says, Crimson really sets me off sometimes. Now that we have a list of possible sites where our friends could be keeping Melvin Langley, he tells me about a government computer research lab that our friends have taken over and have been using illegally to move information and money around. He's known about this place for months, and only now does he even mention it to me. It makes me so mad. The important thing, though, is that the information stored there could be the key to figuring out which detention center is where Melvin's being held. Keep on your toes, though. It probably won't be easy, so we've got to go and find the location of the lab, in the lab. This is Atlas Park, so this will be really quick. We'll go to Ouroboros. And go straight to Atlas Park, which is a lot easier than going from Boomtown to all the way down Steel Canyon from north to south to the train station to Atlas Park, the way we would have had to do during the live game. Alright. So we're in Atlas Park, and we're going to try to find, in the lab that we're going into, find the location of Melvin Langley yet again. Boy, this guy is very elusive. Malta are doing a really good job of keeping his location a secret from Indigo and her buddies. We got 3 enhancement drops on that mission, so that's pretty good. 3.5 minutes till we can use a loot again, so it's always good to keep an eye on that. Of course, during the anything other than this current version of the game, lots of rubber banding. During anything other than this current version of the game, you wouldn't have seen the number of minutes, but you would certainly be able to tell from the size of the item in your tray how close it was to being recharged. So this could be 5 levels, so this could be a very long mission, depending on how it is set up. And right away, we end up with a lieutenant and an operations guy. Yeah, the Malta are no joke. Most of their minions are actually difficult. Their lieutenants have abilities. These Hercules are very tough. They have a lot of AoEs and stuff. They do a lot of damage when they hit. Hard to stun, hard to knock back, hard to knock down. Very difficult to soft control, so they're going to be sending much more damage your way than a typical lieutenant like a Lost or a Rikti. The Malta seem to have no shortage of these Hercules Titans either. There's another one, and this one's a boss with a tactical operative. Okay, I'm going to pop Conserve Power and a Luck and hit this guy as hard as I can. Missed him, that's not good. Oh, missed again, that is not good. The Luck is saving my hash here. These guys are +3s, and that's why I popped the Conserve Power, because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of swings. That avoided was me in the standing in the AoE. Look at this. He's got like 3/4 of his hit points still. Alright, let's try some Focus Chi. I can't even see how much damage I'm doing. Was that 155? Eagle's Claw did 182, so we can check afterward just how much damage resistance this guy has. It is a darn good thing I popped Conserve Power. I mean, I knew I was gonna need it, but I didn't realize it was gonna be this bad. Look at this. This is because he's +3. This is why I'm not fighting +3s as a normal part of the mission, guys. This is why I don't have it set. Because if this were a +3 mission, this guy would be +4. He'd still have 3/4 of his hit points after all this pounding. Conserve Power definitely helps an awful lot. Finally. So let's take a look. If we look in combat, so let's see. You strike the Zeus class Titan with your Thunder Kick for 44.92 points of smashing damage. 44, it does 97 base. So he had more than 50% damage resistance. Now some of that was because he was a purple boss, right? So some of that was based on rank, some of that was based on level, and some of that was just based on his resistance. But he was like 55% resistant to me. And that's why that took so long. And that's why you got to be careful fighting purples, because if you're not ready for that, our endurance, we would use all the blue pills we have, you know. Fortunately, Conserve Power did us. What do we got over here? Operations officer. I think we're going to be taunting these guys out. That's probably going to mean I'm going to have to deal with an auto turret. But I don't want to go in there because there are too many other guys in there. Yeah, it's coming. I can hear it. Alright, auto turret. Fighting it by itself is not a big deal. I hate when I miss crane kick. There we go. I'm just not getting much luck in terms of the inspiration. I'm not getting many luck inspirations. There is a glowy. So he's coming after me now. Okay, took care of him. Now there are 3 operations engineers. I have no idea which one is going to be the one that tries to spawn the auto turret. That was this one, so that was lucky. Took him out in 3 shots. Very good. Alright. Find a clue as to Melvin's location. Let's click. Who knows how many of these we're going to have to click, I just have no idea. Clue found. So, what does it say? Report on metahuman assets. You found this report in a computer in a Malta Group data center. It's a primer of sorts. for new agents who are assigned to handle metahuman assets. In other words, to help people who are in charge of superhumans under the Malta Group's ruthless control. It encourages handlers to use any tactic necessary, from bribes and threats to brainwashing, mind control, and kidnapping loved ones. The techniques described are brutal and inhuman, but the rationale is even more chilling since these people are citizens of their governments. So the thinking goes, it is their duty to use their extraordinary abilities to defend those governments. Therefore, since it is their duty, those powers rightfully belong to their governments and should be used in the best interest of those governments, and it falls to the Malta Group to come in and take control of those abilities when a government fails to do so. All in the interest of freedom, of course. The twisted implications are chilling. I can only imagine what my freedom-loving character Liberty Lass will say when she gets these missions. That is good. We knocked over the guy trying to summon. Just looking to see if there's a sapper over there with the Red Lieutenant, but there isn't. Didn't knock either one of them over. Wow. Come on. Gosh. Really struggle to take that guy out. There it is. That's what we should be doing. And this is a dead end. We'll go ahead and mark it on the map. Okay. Let's start with this guy. He's done. Found an enhancement. That's good. Yeah, we're getting enhancements tonight. I've got, what, 5 already? In 2 missions. A couple episodes I did like 2 missions per episode for 3 episodes and got like a total of 3 enhancements or something. Less than I've gotten in 2 missions tonight. Alright, let's see what's behind door number 1. That's a really important thing to guard, a dead end. And we finish up the map here. Okay, so what do we have left? This intersection. Alright. And that's a dead end. But this keeps going. I'm guessing there will be an elevator somewhere. Not here, though. Operations engineer. Operations engineer. This is probably a place where I should pull, but since I have conserve power and elude, I'll go ahead and kick. Oh man, I misclicked. The auto turrets. I hate them. Nah, they're fine. On. Oh. Oh my gosh. Could I possibly misclick any worse? Come on. There we go. Alright, operations engineer. Come on. Oh, I didn't get close enough to him. That should have triggered when I jumped past. I don't know why it didn't. Oh wait, that practice brawler sometimes triggers at the absolute worst times. Come on. There we go. Okay, we'll rest, and my guess is the elevator's over here, but we'll see. We still have, what, another B or 2 of Patrol XP? Oh, there's another door. That's the entrance. What do we got there? A boss and an operations engineer. Okay. More conserve power. This boss is +2 instead of +3, so he shouldn't be quite so bad. But we're gonna have to hit him a lot, so that's why I chose to put in conserve power. Let's go ahead and do that, so we don't miss. Yeah, this is a little easier. Take a health. And we got it. Done. Wow, those guys were 17,000 XP. When I walked in, I needed, what, 970,000? Wow, we've gotten like 250,000 XP in one mission. That is insane. Some of that's because of the patrol XP. We would have only gotten like 180, I guess, without it. Mistel. My supergroup is doing some roleplay. As soon as I get out of this mission, I think I'm going to go join them. I haven't roleplayed with them in probably a week or two. Yep, there's the elevator. Man, all of that for one level. There could be 4 more levels that involved. We might be in for like an hour-and-a-half long episode here, guys. I'm sorry. Oh boy, another boss. Alright, it's time for a loot. Critical strikes is good. He doesn't seem to have a minion with. Oh yeah, there's a minion. And it's a sapper. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see him. Oh, I gotta tell you, one thing that drives me nuts is the effects sometimes are so bad you can't even see what the heck is going on. Come on. Okay, that was a big mistake. I should have gotten the sapper first. Alright, we've got a loot going, so I'm gonna just go ahead. Speed up as many guys as I can. The engineer, alright, he comes first. I hear another glowy. These guys sure take a lot of punishment. They're pretty cool though. There we go. So now where's the glowy underneath? Yep. Nothing. Found some interesting mold operations. You burn it to a CD for indigo. Yeah, but that's not what we want, right? There we go with this room. Interrupted him, that's good. Don't need awaken, we'll delete. Now let's see if we can knock this guy over. We only have about 30 seconds and then the loot is going to drop. Alright, so we got some luck, got some sturdy, that's good. Now there are some guys in the middle. I'm gonna wait. Take the guys out on this side first, but I'm gonna wait for a loot to drop. Yeah, this part's kind of boring because you gotta just wait. And I kind of wish that even with more than 5 minutes that it would tell you how many seconds, because if this was, yeah, no, we gotta stop, we gotta wait. This drops at around 4:55, yeah. Okay, so we have to wait. As soon as we're done, we'll take out the operations engineers up here, and then we'll come back to the middle. It doesn't say defeat all, but this probably is a defeat all mission. So we'll just wait, and then we'll take everybody out in this room. And we should be recovering now, so here we go. Get our endurance all the way back up. And then we will re-engage our toggles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick. That's it. We interrupted him. Good job. Alright, that's what we want. And just plow through these guys. That's what happens when you got focus chi. And then this. Now there were some guys over here too, I believe. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn there were guys down here. I guess not. So there's a Titan up there. Is there another sapper with him? I don't see anybody else. Alright. Look how much easier the like +2 lieutenants are than the +3 bosses. But they get you like 12,000 less XP. Alright. We don't need all that endurance, we really don't. Alright, that gives us some room for new enhancements. And what is behind door number 2? An elevator to level 3. Guarantee you this is going to be a 5-story mission. Just because I'd like to end this and go do some roleplay. And it'll last long enough that when I get there, all the role players will be moved on to something else. Because that's always how it works. Alright, let's try these guys first. Hopefully I won't aggro anybody above me. There's a glowy. Done. Really no intention of keeping all these 30s, but since I don't have any lucks, they're fine. Got a clue. And the clue says, Controlled Heroes. This disc contains partial records of the Malta group activities. There are many names of metahumans who've been persuaded or forced to work for Malta. The listed methods of persuasion range from bribery and blackmail to all-out mind control. Yep. Okay. Where's the stairway up? Somewhere in here. Oh, they saw me. Did they see me? Ah, that's the way up. Yeah, the auto turret's coming up from behind me. Always practice brawler fires at the worst possible time. Get a little damage resistance going here. Yeah, that was a... I was trying to find the stairway up and I accidentally aggroed them by walking underneath one of them. And he saw me. Alright. Time to rest. So my guess is there's another elevator up here that'll get us to level 4. But we'll see. There's nothing over here, right? Let's go ahead and paint it in. Oh, there's nothing over here. Alright, so I guess the elevator will be down this hallway. I hear another glowy. Oh boy. Alright, let's pull him out. Now we're going to have to face another auto turret. That's alright. Just pull him out. Yeah, I don't want to fight him near those bosses, so I'm just going to pull him out. Are you not coming? I really didn't want to fight you over here, but alright. And now the operations engineer that summoned this stupid auto turret. Alright, so we took care of them. There's another auto turret, that's just great. See if we can pull them out. Come on out. Yeah, that little room there is really tough because there's often like 2 spawns at once, sometimes 3 all together. As you know, I died to the Cray in one of those rooms once. Even pulling them out, they just hit so many of them are attacking you, you just get hit so much. You take damage, there's nothing you can do. Rest again. This is a tough mission. This is why I don't have it set on +3 or +4, because it's hard enough at this level on +2 when all you have is super reflexes. Right, because when the super reflexes, the problem is they get bonuses to hit when they're above your level. Right, so purples have like just negate almost my whole entire power set, right? Because they have like, I have +32 defense, which is subtracting 32 from their chance to hit you. But they have like +22 or something, +20 or something to hit. So it's almost negating. It's like I don't have any SOs, right? It's like I'm running with bare powers when you're fighting +4s like that. Great, he's slowing me down. Look at that. I'm gonna have to rest again, like after every spawn. I haven't had to do that since, like, fighting the circle. No, come on. Rest. Alright, so. And part of the problem is I'm just not getting the inspirations I need. I'm getting tons of blue, orange, and red, and no green. I mean, I know I'm using the green occasionally, but I'm also not getting a lot of green drops either. Alright, let's head upstairs. Yeah, there's usually a door. This will lead to the next elevator, presumably. Oh, no, this room. Wow. And he's right there, and he's purple. Look at that. +3. Oh, and I shouldn't be in my sewer costume anymore. We're in a lab. We're gonna have to taunt these guys out because this is. And there comes another auto turret. Just great. got him. So now we're going to have to stay away from the guys up there. We should be alright on this side of the room. There's a guy up there. Right, so now I gotta watch out. I'm gonna have to pull out because otherwise the guys up there could aggro to me. Alright, now we get this guy. See if we can knock him down. Nope. Yeah, these guys are tough because they have a lot of knockback and knockdown resistance. Come on, what do I do here? Missed. Wow, what is that? 3 misses in a row. I have like a 95% chance to hit. So what happened there? How come I had a 74% chance to hit him? Roll it. Not look at this. A 98.01, a 98. So okay, this is what I'm saying about the. This is a perfect example of what I'm saying about the random number generator. The random number generator, which generates numbers to 2 decimal places between 0.01 and 99.99, 3 shots in a row generated a number between a 98.01 and 98.68. That's ridiculous. I rolled 3 98s in a row. What are the chances of that? It's like 1 in 100,000. I don't know how the streak breaker didn't kick in for that. I wonder if the streak breaker's not working right. Wow, but that was just amazing. Alright, +3 again. I'm going to start using some of these sturdies. See if we can maybe get some more healths or some lucks. We're certainly getting massive amounts of XP in this mission from all the +3s that we're fighting. And this is effectively almost a +3 mission. And there's the next elevator. What is that going to be to level 4? I said it would be a 5-level mission just because I wanted to end it so I could roleplay. Of course, the game's going to give me a really long, like hour-and-a-half long mission. That's always the way it works. When I need to stop, the mission is incredibly long. And unfortunately, you can't stop, or you got to play it over again. And I really don't feel like playing this mission over again. Not that it hasn't been fun, but I don't necessarily need to repeat it. And there's another glowy, and there is another +3. This time +3 lieutenant. I don't see a sapper. Let's go ahead and take the conserve energy, and I'll go ahead and use another sturdy. Give me some resistance. Fortunately, this is a lieutenant, not a boss. These guys are pretty cool. I have to give them that. Just in terms of their special effects and stuff. It's just that sometimes with the effects, especially the bosses, they do so much visual effect that it's just hard to see what's going on in terms of the play. Okay, dead end here, so we're going to go to the elevator. I mean, if you want to like game the system, which lots of people do, generally, if you're looking for a glowy and there's an elevator to another floor, you're not going to find the final glowy on anything but the last floor. So you could just make a beeline from one elevator to another and ignore everything else around. It's just that, well, first of all, I'm enjoying it to some degree, but also I don't want to miss anything and have to go back. Okay, dead end here. And you may wonder with all these dead ends, like, why are the dead ends there? Why'd they even put them on the map? Well, if you were in a large group, some of these dead ends would be full of enemies. And there's a boss with a sapper. Okay, so this definitely calls for elude. We're going to hit damage. We're going to hit elude. We're going to hit focus chi. And we're going to pound the sapper into oblivion. And then we go after the boss. Yep, and these guys are also +3s. Man, a +3 sapper, that's just horrible. Okay, let's get out of this AoE. Come around behind him. Take a health. There we go. Okay, we're doing pretty well. You can see that our attack cycle pretty solid. You never have to wait. There's always an attack up. Almost got him. Missed him. I can't believe I missed with that. Alright, so I took out the boss. I hear a glowy. Click that. There's probably another elevator over here. There's a clue. So Malta data disk. This contains records of the Malta group activities from the past year. Not enough detail is given to make absolute connections, but the sheer volume of files is unimaginable, etc., etc. All the evil crap that they're doing. We still don't have any clues to our buddy. Got elude going, so I'm just going to dive in, take him out as fast as possible while elude is still running. Should do a lot of damage to him with double enraged. Was that a sapper? No. Okay, gunslinger. Let's take him out. Okay, we're only about 20 seconds away from the loot dropping, so we gotta kill this guy fast. And there we go. Another glowy. I guess the elevator's down this hallway. That's my guess. And another. And there, yeah, oh, there's the final glowy, I guess. Gotta be careful here because it's about to drop. Alright, we're gonna wait. Because there's only about 10 seconds left. See, it started flashing. Turn the toggles off so we can turn them back on immediately when we want to. They're all back. And the elude has dropped. Alright, turn our toggles back on. My guess is there's going to be a boss, or even an elite boss, perhaps, in this next room. So we got to make sure we've got our endurance all the way up. We don't have elude to use, so we're going to have to down some Lux and some Sturdies if we do have an elite boss there. Conserve energy is going to come back in 20 seconds, so that'll help us as well if we need it. Oh, for a second I thought this was a dead end. I was like, what? Alright, let's see. Just operations engineers. Let's go ahead and click the glowy. And we completed the mission. And the clue says, let's see, a report on metahuman assets. You found this report on a computer in the Malta Group data center. Oh no, we've got that already. Paragon personnel transfers. The data you found here Transfers of Malta personnel and prisoners. They'll identify code names and numbers. Someone with sufficient knowledge of Malta activities could probably figure out who was sent where. Alright, so that may be what we need. I'm going to go ahead and clean these guys up, but I'm going to stop this episode here because it's been really, really long, and I'll bring you back next time as we continue this story arc. This has been City of Heroes, and I am Scrapperlock.